Junior Cycle History students, let's run through 10 keywords that relate to medieval times or the Middle Ages. Feudal system was the social structure or social hierarchy that existed in medieval times. So the king was at the top, then you had the lords or the barons underneath, or the bishops, and then underneath that you had the knights, and then at the very bottom you had the peasants. Battlements are the little rectangular cutouts at the top of castle walls. A knight was a soldier on horseback. A peasant, as I mentioned, was the lowest person in the feudal system, and there were two types of peasants. You had freemen and you had serfs. Freemen could leave if they wanted to and return. Serfs were tied to the land and could not. They had to get permission from the lord to leave or even get married. The Black Death was a plague that started in Asia and then spread across Europe and killed around 30 to 60% of the population of Europe. Fosterage refers to a child, a boy, being sent from his home to another castle. He would have been looked after by the lord and lady of the castle, and it was to do with kind of the first stage in training to become a knight. Chivalry was a code of conduct that knights had to follow. Open field farming was the farming that took place in medieval times. So you essentially had, we'll say, 3 large fields, and then each field, like a different crop would be grown each year, and one of the fields would be left fallow or empty to give the soil a chance to rejuvenate. Apprentice was the first stage in training to become a knight, and a guild. If you were a craftsman, you were a member of a guild, and each trade had a guild. So carpenters, bakers, you name it, each one had a guild, and it was their job to kind of maintain the standards of the guild and look after sick members.